Woo, 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 woo. Welcome into the...
The fuck was that?
Welcome into the Phoenix Sports Podcast, live at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. I'm Shawn and Totri. That's not DJ Mackie P. She's in a car somewhere between here and Las Vegas driving up for Summer League. So Totri and I are holding it down. Thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a 5-star review. On bets, whenever I do this, I always quote Bomani Jones, and I say, if you leave a 5-star review, leave a 4-star review, I'm inclined to believe you are a hater. I want to get into that a little bit. If you leave a 4-star review, you're a dick. Can I just say that? Like, what's the point?
I'd rather you not leave a review.
Or just leave a 1-star review. Like, if you don't like the show, let me know you don't like the show.
Whoa. We might rather have a 4-star.
Yes. But if you're doing a 4-star review, like, just give us a 5-star review.
Yeah. People take reviews very seriously.
Yes, you can.
In the
review, you can criticize us as much as you want,
but leave 5.
But leave 5-star review. Yeah,
or just don't leave a review.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Okay,
I'm with you on that.
Cool.
We tend to agree on a lot.
I would appreciate it. I know he would appreciate it. Michaela Perkins would appreciate it, certainly.
I'm gonna stand.
You're gonna stand?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit but stand.
Ooh, I would. Okay. And whatever floats
feels
your boat.
Way more comfortable.
Does it now?
Yeah, it does.
You know what also feels comfortable?
Tell me.
Bird dog shorts.
Oh God, flawless.
They genuinely are the nicest shorts. They look like khaki shorts, but they're more stretchy, more athletic material. They got the lining built into the shorts. Keep everything in place when sometimes you're at a meeting and all of a sudden you gotta run real fast.
You specifically, yes.
No, that is honestly.
He's not lying.
So, I did say this as a joke, but I am the kind of motherfucker that will just like start hopping around.
Yes.
Like, I'm a very hoppy person. Bird dogs are perfect for it. And they make you look good, right? Like, khaki shorts go with everything. They're good. They also have pants. They have joggers.
Shane was saying the other day that he sleeps in them.
Comfy as some of those big, big name brands, but at a more affordable price. That's
Absolutely.
why we love bird dogs.
Absolutely.
So go to birddogs.com/PHNX or use promo code PHNX and you'll get a free, they do more than shorts. You get a free Yeti style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/PHNX or promo code PHNX for a free Yeti style tumbler. You won't want to take your bird dogs off. I promise you that.
No. Someone else might want to, though, because you'll look so
True.
damn good.
That's a good point.
Now, if you're sitting there at home and you're wondering, how can I afford these bird dogs, right? Now, not only are they affordable, but sometimes you're just out there and you're like, don't want to spend money on new things. But that's okay, because BetMGM is quite literally giving you free money. Today's the last Friday that you guys are going to receive a bonus bet upon login to BetMGM Sportsbook. Guys, the claim period extends through Saturday and Sunday, so you've got 72 hours to log in to claim and then 72 hours to use the bonus bet after you log in. So just quick recap. Log in at any point during the weekend and claim your bonus bet on the house. And if you haven't signed up yet for BetMGM, use that bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live. But for our Arizona audience, place your first bet offer and receive up to $1,000 back.
That's a lot of money.
$1,000 back in bonus bets if it loses with BetMGM. Again, make sure you use that bonus code PHNX. Check out the show notes for full details. And now, listen to Big Pokey.
Big Pokey.
With the disclaimer.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Sean, how you doing over there, buddy?
What's good?
Yeah, there we go.
The food here is incredible.
It really
I had
is.
not had a chance to eat yet today. So anytime I'm not on the screen, assume I'm probably running over to take a bite of my Cuban sandwich.
He's also not.
You're
lying
like
there,
PD yesterday, just eating the waffles while interviewing the head coach of the Arizona Coyotes, literally with his mouth full.
That's what we do here. I won't talk with my mouth full though. I hate when motherfuckers do that.
Yeah.
I also hate when my favorite baseball team sucks at baseball.
Or your favorite player gets hurt.
That too. Did you watch the game last night?
I watched part of it, and I looked at. I'm big on like just turning on the Gamecast, and then I saw what Francisco Lindor was doing, and I'm like, this is not ideal. And then I saw all the tweets from PHNX Diamondbacks that were like, oh my god, and
It's
then I
all
saw
over. It's miserable.
Yeah.
Here. It's terrible.
Corbin Caroll.
Yeah. So last night sucked. If you weren't watching, the Arizona Diamondbacks lost their 4th straight game for the first time this year. It was the first time that they've lost 4 straight games. But that almost didn't really even matter. They got embarrassed, by the way, by the Mets. Like you mentioned, Lindor. He had 2 triples and a home run, 12 total bases on the day.
5 of 5. First time in his career.
Unbelievable. Francisco Alvarez, he's just 8 in this series. The Mets, not great this year, but have been playing better baseball. And then they also got swept for the first time this year.
Not good.
Not
good.
Great at all. But like I said, it almost didn't matter because in the 9th inning, I think, or maybe the 8th inning, Corbin Caroll swung, missed, and
Didn't look good.
hurt his shoulder. As soon as he swung, he grabbed his shoulder, and it looked like he was mouthing, "I can't feel it." And in the moment, I thought that the world was over. You were going to have to cancel the baseball season. Nothing mattered. I didn't want to do this anymore. I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to stop watching baseball.
Look, it's
stop watching
okay.
sports. It was bad.
It's okay.
But
it's bad. But it's not
It
awful.
seemed like it wasn't that bad.
It's a perfect time for the MLB All Star.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. He ultimately was apparently not that hurt. He was back in the dugout later that night. Apparently it was just like a tweak type thing. I don't know. We'll see. There's supposed to be imaging today, so we'll get more information on that. Make sure you follow at PHNX_DBacks on Twitter and tune into our post-game show tonight where we'll talk about it a little more. But yeah, it was not great.
It's okay though.
Are you at all worried about the
No.
Arizona Diamondbacks?
No, this is sports in general, but specifically baseball teams are so streaky. It's a long season, long season. We've seen what the Diamondbacks are capable of. I mentioned that you've got the All-Star break at a perfect time. They obviously have a couple games against the Pirates before they get there, and I think it's perfect. It's a perfect time for them to recapture some of the magic. Got Gallen on the mound tonight against a bad Pirates team. Now, if you lose this series or you lose this game probably tonight, then maybe there's a little bit reason for concern. But I would say you take care of business at home, and then you get to the All-Star break. You allow some of your big-time players to maybe get back on track, see what happens with Corbin.
Yeah.
And then the second half of the season, you do exactly what everybody knows you're capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. You kind of stole my question. I was going to ask, like, how important do you think, not just tonight's game, because, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint any one game in a 162-game season to be that important, but I guess this series heading into the All-Star break, like, how important do you think it is that they have some kind of positive momentum going into the All-Star break, or do you not really buy into that kind of momentum?
No, I think momentum's a thing for sure. Momentum's absolutely a thing. You've got your ace, like I said, on the mound tonight. It's you gotta show that you are a contender, and I think if you go down tonight with your ace on the mound, Corbin, obviously, probably he's not playing with injury. If you're able to, I'm big on great teams win games they're supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to win this game. Right, you're a minus 200. I think you're one of the highest favored teams today. You win tonight, and I think everybody can exhale.
Yeah,
you
I
lose
agree.
tonight, then it's like, okay, everyone's starting to bite their nails again. Like, okay, Corbin's hurt. We lost the first game with Gallen on the mound of the Pirates, and like we have a chance to lose this series.
Yeah. I mean, if you lose 2 back-to-back series, then it definitely is not a great situation to be in. I tweeted this last night. You know. Everyone was kind of freaking out over, and I mean, I guess by virtue of us even having this conversation, we're partially doing it, but like freaking out over a 4-game loss or a 4-game losing streak. And it's like they played game 87 last night. Last year they won the first game on a walk-off with a guy who no longer was even in the organization. And then he I know exactly what happened behind me. Michael Luke definitely was like, Damon, hop in here and tell the people about Shady Rays. And so Damon went and grabbed a Shady Rays. And check out Shady Rays. Use code PHNX. They're great people over there.
Look how good he looks back there.
He does look great. I forgot what I was even saying.
Momentum.
Yeah.
No, you
But
lost
I got
it.
distracted by the
Lost
Shady
the
Rays.
train of thought.
Yeah.
Damn. Shady Rays are so damn good that you'll forget what you were talking about.
But yeah, they definitely. What's that?
You were talking about how like you were doom and gloom because they got swept, and,
yes.
and then you needed to like come
Yes,
back
yes,
down
save the
to
day.
earth.
Last year they walked off on opening day with a guy who's no longer even in the organization, and then they lost 4 straight games to start the season.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is still this team's all right. This team's like okay. I'm really not
This
that
is
concerned
sports,
about
dog.
it. Yeah, and I
This
think
is what happens.
again, if Corbin is hurt long term, we're having a very different conversation. But all signs so far pointing to that he's gonna be okay.
And I will even say, and I'm not trying to put that out there. Obviously, you want Corbin to be back. If he's out a couple weeks, month, it's not the end of the world.
No, I mean, it is tough because the Dodgers are breathing down the Diamondbacks' necks at this point. They are only a half game back in the series or in the division. But yeah, and I mean, we talked about this at length on PHNX D-backs. Like, you need to. I don't know if I said this, by the way. This is a D-back show. We're only talking baseball today, so welcome.
Got a 2-game series against the Angels.
Yeah, like the Dodgers are breathing down their necks, so they need to be playing good baseball. So you obviously not really looking for Corbin to be missing an extended period of time. But yeah, I think this series is pretty important because I think so much of baseball is about like how it's like first half versus second half, what you've done since the All Star break type thing. And if you can go into the All Star break playing good baseball and manage to carry that momentum in the second half of the season, like I think the Diamondbacks would be in a very good position to win. And if you want to go see the Pirates or the D-backs get back on track, hopefully against the Pirates,
not hopefully, they will.
Are you're calling it?
They will. What was my pick today?
That is true. On PHNX Daily Bets earlier today, he picked the D-backs money line minus 200.
It's not a sexy pick.
He's back. He's putting his money where his mouth is.
Like to call it a builder, if you will.
A builder?
A builder. A little bankroll builder.
Okay, I see you. Well, you can take some of that bankroll, a very small portion of it.
Very small.
And buy tickets to a D-backs game. We have our game time game of the week. And surprise, surprise, it's tonight against the Arizona Diamondbacks, or against the Pittsburgh Pirates with the Arizona Diamondbacks. $14 to see the best team in the National League West.
That's nothing. And their ace is on. Zac Gallen's
pitching.
Zac
Gallen is on the mound. He's going to win the Cy Young. And he's on the mound. You can go in for $14 with their friends over at Game Time. So check it out. Our Game Time game of the week. Pittsburgh Pirates at Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. 6:40 first pitch. $14. It's that easy.
They are going to absolutely slaughter.
They are.
Tonight.
So head over to Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. And with all that money that you save, you can maybe invest in some OG. Some Arizona's #1 scratch-made gummy, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Guys, if you haven't had OGs yet, oh my God, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. Look, I haven't always been a big edibles guy because the normal edibles that you have, I feel like sometimes you could take them. Sometimes they like, you'll wait an hour and nothing will happen. You'll wait a couple hours and you're like, this is like, what am I doing? Or it'll be the opposite. You'll take one in an hour. You feel like you are flying a spaceship somewhere. But this is the perfect balance. OGs, quite literally, you'll take, hopefully, their new pink lemonade gummy because it is personally the best tasting in my personal opinion.
I agree.
But it's like a perfect high, right? You're not too high, you're not too low. You're just kind of cruising, if you will. That's what they do over at OGs, and they got all sorts of flavors. If the pink lemonade gummy isn't necessarily your thing, they've got mixed bags. They've got fruits, they've got creams, watermelon, red apple, peach, blackberries, cream. They've got so many damn flavors.
The flavors
man.
are unreal. Flavors go crazy.
They've got something for you guys. OGs doesn't miss when it comes to flavor and effect, so get your pink lemonade gummies while you can. Check out OGs online at ogsbrands.com and on Instagram at OGs Brands. You can also find their products at your local dispo. You do got to be 21 years or older to purchase.
So, obviously, we talked about where the D-backs are kind of right now, but a handful of them are, in fact, heading up to Seattle. For the MLB All Star game.
You know how badly? Sorry to interrupt you. With the handful, I don't know why immediately I'm like, I so badly wish that for the All Star break that a Giant picked up all of the All Stars and
dropped them in Seattle, Washington.
Drop them in Seattle. You know how dope that would
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'd freak out over the Giant.
Like Godzilla's just like, okay,
yeah,
Corbin, and
that
Zac
would be
and Lourdes,
that'd be weird. That part would be a little weird. I'd be thrown off by that, but I mean, maybe I get over it. Maybe we'll see. Well, hopefully we don't see. I don't want any Giants coming down. It would be really upsetting to find out we weren't at the top of the food chain.
Who says the Giants are at the top of the food chain?
They're Giants, unless they're carnivores. Like they could be if they wanted to be.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a lot of animals.
Yeah, but giants are just giant humans. They're as intelligent as us.
That's what you think a giant is.
Well, I guess so. We'll see. I keep saying we'll see. No, we won't. But like I said, we will see a few Diamondbacks in the All-Star game this week. All-Star game is on Tuesday, I believe. Home Run Derby on Monday. Obviously, it's a question whether or not Corbin Caroll will participate at this point.
We don't want him to,
he
right?
shouldn't.
Yeah, we don't want him to.
I want him to for him. He's from Seattle. It would be awesome for him to be able to compete in an All-Star game in his hometown is rookie year. But if his shoulder is not even if his shoulder is 99%, keep him out of the game.
Yeah,
like I don't want to see him unless he is 100% healthy and it was just some weird stinger thing that happened last night and it was not an injury at all.
Got bigger fish to fry.
Like unless that's the case, I don't think he should play.
No,
personally.
not at all. I'm huge on that.
But we will get Lourdes Gurriell, and if he's not a starter, but if Corbin can't play, then they'll have to replace him with somebody. Potentially, they would replace him with Lourdes, and then potentially that roster spot would get replaced or filled by another Diamondback who deserves it, either Ketel Marte or Geraldo Perdomo. But that's still to be seen. How do you feel about do you like the MLB All Star game?
So last year was like my first real time getting the chance, not just the All Star game, but just like MLB, like their whole All Star weekend.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you don't actively watch these things, right, and make time for it, then it's pretty easy to just be like, oh, the NBA All Star game is the 3-point shootout, the dunk contest, like it's awesome. Or I don't think anybody in today's day and age is like, yeah, the Pro Bowl. Maybe like 15 years ago when they actually like played, like Sean Taylor knocking the shit out of the punter. Like
Bills punter Brian Moorman, by the way. It's my favorite like All-Star game clip in any sport ever.
That was like one of the last times that the Pro Bowl was worth watching.
Dude, RIP Sean Taylor, man.
Taken way too early. If you actually like sit down and watch the All-Star game or the Home Run Derby, like it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I have slowly started to enjoy it. However, I always think there's a way to improve all these All-Star things.
Of course.
I don't know how though.
Yeah,
right? Like, I don't know how to make the All-Star weekend like perfect, because let's be real. It's almost unfair that if you are one of the best players in the league, obviously you're not going 100%, but like you don't really get a break. Like you're getting flown out to another random city, unless you're this year on the Mariners. And to play baseball.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, it is. I mean, All-Star, especially in leagues where they're in the middle of the season, which is, I guess, everybody except the NFL. It is. It is a little
great.
Yeah, it is a little odd, but it is great. In general, I love them. Like the one thing I love about the MLB All Star game is, and I love baseball. This is not a slight towards baseball. I do think it's like the hardest sport to play. But I think when you're playing baseball at half speed, it looks more like full speed baseball than any other sport being played at half speed looks like. Like half speed football looks like a joke. The NBA All Star game looks like a joke. Like it's not real basketball. But even them playing like kind of half speed or whatever, what have you, in baseball, like it still looks like real baseball to me. And I love that about MLB All Star game. And I also love that like this year, obviously, there's a handful of D-backs. It's not just a random reliever who's going to show up for a couple of outs late in the game. Like there's a good chance that Zac Gallen starts the All Star game, which is awesome. There's a good chance. I mean, obviously, Corbin was going to start the All Star game if he stayed healthy, and we'll see. That's obviously we don't know anything yet. There's still a chance he does, but I'd be surprised if they took that risk. Are you a home run derby guy?
I am. Last year was a lot of fun. I think last year I bet on the home run derby. I bet on Julio. I don't remember who won last year's home run derby.
Was last year Soto?
Oh, I think it was Soto. I think it came down to Soto and Julio.
And Julio, yeah.
And I think Soto ended up winning, and I remember being very upset because Julio had just
very long odds, right?
It was, yeah. And he had a phenomenal, like he was crushing.
I believe Julio was the favorite, which is crazy to me. I like Luis Robert or Vladdy Jr. or Pete Alonso again. One of those three.
I don't like, or not Vladdy, Pete.
You don't like him as a person? You don't like him to win?
No, well, first off, I don't mind him as a person. Pete Alonso, I got no issue with you. Yeah. You're weird. You're weird as hell.
Dude. He is a weird dude.
Like, do you remember last year's home run derby? Like, they were showing him, he was like meditating or some shit.
He's a weird dude. He's Shane dislikes him. Because he's a corny motherfucker.
He didn't perform very well at all last year.
No, but he has two championships.
I just don't think. I don't think he gets it. I like one of the young guns to take it again. Like,
okay. We'll see.
That's just me, though.
Now, I did say this was only baseball, but I kind of lied. How do you rank the All-Stars, the All-Star weekends of the 4 major ones?
Okay, so what does NHL do? Because I don't.
NHL is the NHL game, and then the skills competition the day before is the the bulk of
Okay,
NHL All-Star Week.
It's hockey is very hard.
Yes.
However, I don't know. Like, I'm not.
Oh, and also their All-Star game is just a series of like 3-on-3 games. It's not like a East versus West or anything like that.
Okay, I'm just gonna put NHL at the bottom because actually no, the Pro Bowl is the bottom.
Yeah, that Pro Bowl is
shit.
by far the worst. Not even close.
And it sucks because football is my favorite sport. I haven't even watched the NHL All Star weekend, and I can tell you that it's better than the Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl is the worst thing ever.
So Pro Bowl 4, NHL 3. I'm gonna put, and maybe this is just because I've got like, what's the nostalgia? I'm putting baseball 2 and I'm putting basketball 1 because like the old, like I just remember like the old like 2010s even of like when they would do the 3-point shootout or the what's it called, the celebrity game that they have. Like it's just so much fun, and the guys that aren't there, like the stars, are all like, it's just a vibe, dude. It's a vibe when it's good. Then I think it's the best one.
Yeah, I feel you. I think you can get pretty electric moments. Like I think similar to the baseball thing, I think basketball is still somewhat entertaining being played at half speed, especially when it's NBA guys and they're doing crazy shit and like throwing up lobs. It's just no defense.
Or like
obviously.
Steph, last year scoring like 60 points.
Like that stuff is still cool. I'm not an NBA guy as much in general. I'm definitely putting Pro Bowl dead last. The Pro Bowl is the worst.
And it's not close.
Yeah, baseball is number 1 for me, and I think in between there, NBA and NHL are kind of interchangeable. I just am kind of indifferent towards them. Like I don't like, to me, MLB All Star Week is like appointment viewing. Like I'll watch all of the events. NHL, NBA, I will, like if it's on and I'm not doing anything, I'll watch. If I could be watching paint dry, and I would still rather do that than watch the Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah, I'll take a nap.
The Pro Bowl is a genuine joke.
I'll go say no. I'll run.
Yeah, I'll do a jog. I'll take a jog. I'll exercise.
I'll start sprinting.
Yeah, I am very much out on the Pro Bowl.
Anti-Pro Bowl. I think at this point everybody is.
Yeah. How do you feel about the because Joe's in the chat saying to stop timing the home run derby. How do you feel in general about the tournament style structure of the home run derby? Or would you rather it just be the rounds?
No, I like it. I'm just big on pinning 2 people.
Competition?
Yes.
Like 1v1 competition?
Yes, absolutely. I'm big on, in especially in some of these team sports where you don't get that, right, with the games. I think that's why I love the dunk contest and the 3-point contest so much, is because it is quite literally, okay, we got a tournament style, like let's just go.
Yeah.
And so for this, it's even better because it quite literally is pinning 2 people against each other and then like moving on with the bracket. So I love it. I love the home run derby is the one all-star thing, not just in baseball, but I think in all of the all-star games that you don't need to fix right now. I love the way it is right now.
Yeah, I do think like I agree with you. I do like the way it is, but I also think it was something like I don't think it was something that needed to be fixed when they fixed it. And so like it's whatever to me. I love the home run derby. I like seeing guys hit balls. I think they just made it really complicated for no real reason. So I kind of lean with Joe on that, but I think in general, like it's still fun. Like it's the most entertaining all-star activity in any of the sports in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I still love it. You think you can hit a home run?
Fuck no. Like a normal, like in a
game, like in batting practice.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
How far? Like,
I mean, it's like 320.
An underhand, like
batting practice. Like they're probably throwing it like 70 miles an hour.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
Anybody that works a normal day job and thinks that they could sit there and actually go yard.
Well, okay, I will say this: like, if you're a strong person and you know how to play baseball, like it's not like hitting home runs necessarily is a special skill separate from being good at baseball. But yes,
70 mile an hour.
I agree with you. Like, yeah, like yes, I agree with you 100%.
How long do I have? Like, are you giving
me a home run derby?
Oh, then fuck no.
Yeah. Like, I will say this: like, I could easily hit them in like little league ballparks. Like, I'm clearing that fence easily, so it's not like I don't have any kind of power.
I don't think I could go yard playing t-ball.
I could hit softball home runs easy. Especially if it's fast pitch.
There was a tweet. Somebody tweeted this out.
So
and
Joe has an interesting question.
Let's hear it.
If you had to face 5 MLB batters, could you get an out? I say yes, only because like you see it all the time with players when like position players pitch that like guys just get so thrown off by how slow the pitches are and like the lobs of them that I think just by lobbing pitches up there, I'd luck into a ground out or something like that. But if you're asking me to strike somebody out, no, there's no shot I could do that.
Yeah, no.
I can't.
Not at all.
I'm not even. I'm touching like 80 with my fastball, maybe, and with no control. Absolutely not a shot. What was the tweet you're looking for?
I'm trying to find it. It said something along the lines of, if you were offered $1 million, would you take the $1 million, or you have an opportunity to hit like 10 home runs throughout the MLB season? You're starting every game, and for like $20 million.
I wouldn't. No. I would.
Yeah.
I would.
You're taking
the $1 million in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there's no shot. People, I have a huge problem with people. Well, it's not necessarily a problem. I just think you're dumb. If you think you can do what professional athletes do, like at all, really, you're not hitting a home run against any MLB pitcher or reliever. You're probably not hitting against a position player, and you're not going yard. Like, if you think you can score a goal on ice against a NHL goalie or in soccer, you're just not going to do it.
Okay. I will say this.
No.
A penalty in soccer, if they didn't know that if they thought you were like a world-class soccer player and they didn't know that you were a rando, I think you could do, because essentially they have to guess which side they're going to. And so you could get lucky. I think. I don't think, like, I'm not saying like in the context of an actual game, like I'm not even saying I have a shred of a chance of getting past a defense or like scoring on an actual goalie. But I think just in that one-on-one situation where they're kind of guessing which side, I think I can get away with a penalty. That's the one thing I feel relatively confident I could do.
You're confident in that?
Yes.
I don't think
I feel like if you gave me 5 opportunities, I think I'm scoring once.
Against a professional goalie, dog.
I think so. Just because, like, again, they have.
There's no way.
If they knew that I was a nobody, then no, I don't think so. But again, if they thought I was a professional player and I was going to go up there and I was going to kick the shit out of the ball, like, if I go right and he goes left.
How many people try and play soccer in general and can't even place the ball normally? Like, they can't even accurately put it where they want to put it?
No, I know. Again, it's not going to be because of any skill of mine. I'm not trying to suggest that. I think most people could get away with one if they can kick a soccer ball with any kind of power.
My personal favorite is people that think, and I saw this the other day with somebody I follow on Twitter, that was like, I could get 10 yards in an NFL game. If I had all game long, I'm getting like 20, 25 carries.
As what? As a running back?
As a running back.
You're not getting... You're gonna go Reggie Bush.
You're losing yards.
Reggie Bush in his last season with the Bills finished the season with negative yards.
You're losing yards.
That's going to be you.
You're losing yards. Odds are, first couple carries, and you're out of the game because you've got broken bones.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you were to tell me that maybe you could get 10 yards receiving, then, like...
Even then, dog, there's no way.
No, I think there's maybe a situation where they could scheme you open and you just catch it, and then you're not getting any yards after the catch. Like, I think if, especially, again, if they don't know that you are a nobody. And they treat it like, I think there's a chance. Like, you see blown coverages in the NFL.
Yeah, but they're not blowing. They're blowing coverages against other dominant athletes.
I'm just saying, I think there's a situation in which if they put you in the right position and you're just standing open alone, you could catch a pass for 10 yards. You're immediately
in
getting
pads
murdered.
and a helmet.
Yeah, no. I mean, okay, not everybody. I think I could, because I played football and I've caught a football.
And you have supreme confidence.
Well, that's also true. And I think that's crucial here. I think, but again. Not necessarily because of my skill. And again, if Josh Allen, like rookie Josh Allen, is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at me, I'm not catching that.
No, most people aren't.
That's one thing I didn't really consider, is the speed at which somebody's throwing. By the way, if you got more questions in the chat, throw them in here. When Mac is gone, we just vibe. Totri and I just vibe.
These are actual, like, if the camera wasn't here, these are actual conversations would go on
all the time. Getting back to I guess the MLB All Star game with the D-backs in general. How do you feel about All Star voting and kind of the I guess popularity contest versus the best players being in the All Star game? Like, do you think it should be for the fans and for the
No?
And you think it should be the best players?
Yeah, absolutely. If we're doing an All Star game, it's the All Stars, right? Isn't that the whole point?
So you don't care that it's an
players.
exhibition game that's mostly for the fans?
No, it's best players.
I agree with you.
That's why when you see, and again, I'm going back to NFL because I grew up on that, and that's what I know. Like, I hate the fact that there's so many players now, and the Pro Bowl means nothing.
Yeah.
But like years ago, early 2000s, mid 2000s, like when a player would retire, it would go 3 Super Bowl rings.
Yes.
2.
This is exactly my point.
2 like MVPs, and then 9 Pro Bowls. Right? The Pro Bowl used to mean something. The being selected as an All-Star used to mean something. Now, it doesn't mean shit. And that's not just in the NFL. It's a lot of sports where it doesn't mean anything anymore. And like, yes, the game is what it is, but at the end of the day, the best players should be playing in the All-Star game, or at least should be selected as All-Stars.
Yeah. So you made the point that I always make in this conversation is and I understand like Joe's comment. The game is for the fans; they should decide. I get that completely. My only problem with it is if that's the case, stop putting All-Star games on home run plaques. Kind of like you're saying. Like I looked it up just to make sure I wasn't tripping. Like that Pedro Martinez's All-Star plaque, for example, points out that he had 3 Cy Young awards, which is obviously amazing, and 8 All-Star selections. And it's like
that means something.
Yeah, if it's going to be a metric by which you judge players and how they are judged within the context of their sports history, the best players should be in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
So, and I don't necessarily have a solution for it because I don't trust players either necessarily. I think players oftentimes have a warped view of their sport as well.
I think coaches probably have the best. Coaches or
executives.
Coaches or media have the best.
Yeah, I would agree. But even, I don't know, even media, like you see it a lot with like, obviously talking to Craig a lot and like the NHL awards and stuff like that. Like even media doesn't pay attention to the sport the way they're supposed to. Like they don't pay attention to small markets.
I don't think there's a perfect way.
So, yeah, I think executives is probably the best because it's their job to like GM's job to evaluate all players and stuff like that, more or less. So I think that'd probably be the best way to do it. But still, I understand either way. I don't have a problem either way. I don't really have a problem necessarily with there being 5 Blue Jays in the IL, even though they don't deserve to all be there. Like, it is what it is. Toronto's got a big fan base. HK, I guess. But that's another question. Joe said, get rid of every team gets a player in.
I'm fine with that, too. If you're not good, if your team sucks ass, you shouldn't get a player in the All-Star. That's the same thing.
I agree. I understand why.
It'll never happen because it's a money event. Yeah. It's a TV event, so like they want to try and get every single. But
it's
100%.
We're playing professional sports, and this is the version of the participation trophy.
Yeah, 100%. Like I 100%. Like
it's
at the end of the day,
gotten diluted. I feel like.
Yeah, diluted. Yeah, it is definitely like they just don't mean as much now. So it's kind of like
maybe I'm just spiteful because I grew up when I was growing up it meant something, and now I'm older, and now it doesn't mean shit. It's changing.
Yeah.
God damn! I just had a life.
And also
a life-altering moment right there.
I don't know, because I also grew up like in Buffalo where like the NFL didn't do that, and there would be so many times where it's like, there's no Bills. So you have like a guard.
And it's like, but then when they get selected, you're like, God damn, like we have one of the best players at this position because it means something.
Yes.
Now you're like, now you get the third string, the third best guy to do something. It's just, it sucks.
TJ in the chat saying, any update on Corbin yet? I don't believe so. I know he's getting imaging at some point today. Follow PHNX_D-backs on Twitter. You'll get updates there for sure. And then we'll be talking about that on our post-game show tonight after the D-backs host the Pirates. But yeah. You know what's great about... That was a really long silence. You know what's great about... Well, one of the many great things about the BetMGM Sportsbook.
Tell me.
They got 4 Peaks on tap.
You're right.
You have 4 Peaks, didn't you?
You're right. Yeah, she's drinking a beer right now.
Leah's behind the Mac with the
When in Rome.
4 Peaks.
When in a sportsbook.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Drink a beer.
With the OG shirt on, too.
How beautiful that looks.
She's all about the brand. Gosh. OG's 4 Peaks at BetMGM. Look at Leah. You can get like Leah by getting some 4 Peaks. Head over to the 8th Street Pub. It's genuinely the best beer on the planet. And it's even better because they love teachers. I love teachers. Teachers are the backbone of society.
They are.
And on Tuesdays, if you head to 4 Peaks 8th Street Pub in Tempe, show them a teacher ID, you'll get $4 pints of Kilt Lifter, Wow, Hazy, I believe. So make sure you check all of that out. And check out everything our friends 4 Peaks do. You can check them out at 4 Peaks Pub and at 4 Peaks Brew on Instagram. But as always, you must be 21 or older to drink, and you must enjoy responsibly.
Goes crazy, dude.
I mean, it goes crazy with spaghetti as well.
Oh,
you ever
have a nice brew and maybe a meatball sub?
What 4 Peaks do you think is go best with a good meatball?
Hazy. Hey, I go hazy. I mean, or you can never go wrong with a Wow, man.
Yeah, or I think maybe like a Rattle on Red Ale, because I'm kind of thinking like the red wine. We go red beer, you know.
I just want wine and spaghetti now. Wine and spaghetti goes crazy. They knew what they were doing in Italy.
The Italians really did.
And we had some ASU alums. They brought it. They're like, you know what? That's such a great idea.
Taste of Italy, Tempe.
Let's bring it to Tempe.
Yeah.
Ooh, the taste of Italy in Tempe. It's a slogan right there, guys. We're talking about Spaghetti Shack. ASU alum owned and operated. They serve a menu: spaghetti, meatballs, garlic bread, and a few other fan favorites. Their mission is to provide quality, affordable food as quickly as possible so that you can spend less time cooking and spend more time with your loved ones. Guys, they brought Spaghetti Shack to the studio this past week. Pretty sure I may or may not have had at least 10 meatballs, to be honest with you. I'm a meatball lover.
Dude, the meatballs go crazy, man. Like, it's a ball of meat.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah. And then you put it like in between some garlic bread.
What more could you ask for?
So good. Guys, the Spaghetti Shack is a community-focused to-go pasta concept. Started in Tempe by 5 lifelong friends. They're currently serving Tempe and Queen Creek, and they hope to come to your neighborhood soon. So go check them out. Spaghetti Shack, guys. Get it in ya.
Get it in ya. Joe White saying, look out for Dick Mountain. Yeah, Rich Hill in town taking on Zach Davies tonight. Best nickname in sports, question mark? Dick Mountain is very creative for a guy named Rich Hill. Like, that's a very creative nickname. I love that.
That might be the best.
You got to think about it a little bit. Is there anything else that you have All-Star related otherwise? Just any thoughts about you want to talk about the meaning of life? Or?
No, I'm good on the meaning of life. I think I need to crack that one on my own.
Yeah, fair.
So
take a few OGs.
Yeah.
I heard you have an apartment to yourself now.
Oh my gosh. He moved out, dude. Yeah, so he was supposed to move out.
How have we not talked about this?
He was supposed to move out today.
Oh, wow. You got a day early.
And so homie asked me last night, I came out of my room because I was going to cook dinner, and I heard him. He was blasting music. And he was like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to leave tonight. He's got like a bunch of bags in the living room. He's still cleaning, getting everything ready. He's like, I'm probably like a good hour away. I'm like, I can help you. Like, if you need to, like, do it. He's like, dude, I would love that.
Totri, not a huge fan.
I'm like, Totri and Sons is here to help you move, baby. I'll get you in. I'll get you in and out in an hour. Dude, I started helping this man take his bags immediately. I'm like, what floor are you parked on? So I started taking stuff down to the car.
What a good roommate.
Sure enough, man, he left, and it's pure bliss. It was freedom, blasting my music, cook myself dinner.
Love it.
My God, it was great.
Living life. Get like Totri. Live life. Joe saying 10 meatballs. Only stat that matters. I agree. Meatball madness over here. It's the meatball maniac.
God damn it, Joe.
Hey, we're going to be live, the two of us, again, in about 15 minutes, 17 to be exact.
3 for 3, baby.
We are 3 for 3. 3 straight shows for the boys. PHNX Sun Devils. Shane is up in Vegas for Summer League, so I'm holding it down, making my return. So we'll be live at 2. But otherwise, shout out to all the diehards that pulled through today. Shout out Charles in person. Shout out Joe, TJ, everybody in the chat. We appreciate you hanging out for this kind of impromptu 1 p.m. show. John Paul Edward Deals. Appreciate you pulling through. We'll be back next week at our normal time, 12:30. Mac and I right back here, unless Mac has to, I don't know, go to Vegas or stay somewhere up until 3 in the morning partying and then get sick. We'll see. Who knows?
I'm the All-Star Reserve.
You're the All-Star. Yeah, he is the All-Star Reserve. He's filling in for Corbin.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you tuning in. Like I said at the beginning of the show, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave us a 5-star review. If you want to know about my feelings about a 4-star review, go back to the beginning of the show where we talked about it in length. You can follow me at Shawn_Topaz. You can follow Totri at Anthony _Totri. I'm trying to get out of here really fast because I got a Cuban sitting there that I haven't finished yet and I really want to eat it. Still got time to come down to the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium. We'll be here doing this live all day. We have our knockout
Joe,
nights
I don't think
tonight.
he does.
Shane hates ASU. We have our knockout nights tonight, so you can pull through, play some cornhole with the squad, get some good food, some good drinks here at BetMGM. It's a vibe. So pull through. Again, we appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you follow PHNX Sports, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not getting into the whole Threads conversation again, but we are on Threads. Decide for yourself how you feel about Threads. PHNX_sports. Follow us everywhere. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Like I said, we'll be right back here, at 2 for Sun Devils and 12:30 next week, Friday, for another edition of the Phoenix Sports Podcast. But until then, au revoir.